Welcome to the second round of our discussions. For this round, we will be talking about your platforms for Sacred and Kasama, and then there will be a minor change in the order of those who will answer first. First, we will have the president of Kasama answer, and then the next, the president of Sacred, and then vice, and then vice, respectively. Okay. For the first question addressed to Christine Jean, do you plan on publishing a Magna Carta for the students? In other words, do you plan to put on paper the students' rights through the student manual?
Okay, start. Yes, I do believe. I believe in the power of law. I believe in rules and the like. There should be a fundamental guarantee of rights and privileges, not just to us students, but as Hosanians. But this should be a two-way process, not just us giving these rights to be placed on paper. Rather, students, Hosanians, should also be informed of the responsibilities that come with these rights. This should be a two-way process because that way we put people accountable. And as we put people accountable, of course, they know their limitations of these rights together with their privileges as Hosanians. That for me is the council or a student population that we all deserve. Thank you very much.
A rebuttal from Sacred.
How would you take that into consideration, knowing that last Congress, in the 37th Congress, Father Maspara wrote a letter towards the SSC 37th Congress stating that he will only approve a certain Magna Carta for students' rights if and only if there is a
Revise.
there is a counterpart in the government in the House of Representatives.
Hence, we see the importance of collaboration. That's what Kasama envisioned a student council to be, a council that collaborates. We don't just place the decision matter in the hands of the executive. We place it in all the branches of the Supreme Student Council. We also take into consideration the perspective coming from the administration and, of course, that of the students.
Now for Simon, do you plan on publishing a Magna Carta for the students? In other words, do you plan to put on paper the students' rights through the student manual?
I do believe that the Magna Carta for the students' rights is very, very effective, very helpful for the Hosanians in order to know their basic rights inside and outside the university. Considering that what was given during the 37th Congress was a stance towards the religious admin, what we could say is that the rights enjoyed by the students are already in effect. Say, for example, the right to gather, the right to association. These are the basic rights that have been enjoyed by the students already. But what we really need is for a tangible document that would really see how are we going to be protected by this. There are already provisions within the Constitution, but we just have to make it more specific and more tangible for the students to see.
That's why.
A rebuttal.
On the last part of your sentence, you want these ordinary students to see how do you go about it. How do you go about it? Like,
Can you please repeat the entirety of your question?
you mentioned that you want these students to see, so how do you go about it?
We want to see the students their basic rights by, again, having a dialogue with them and having these mechanisms and mobilizations that would help them know their basic rights inside and outside the university. So with that said, we can do it because if we can say it, we can do it.
Thank you, Simon. For the Vice President of Kasama, give us a concrete and sustainable project your administration can do if ever elected.
So the platform that we adopt is the Hosanian Access. Familiar man mo no nga, if mo present tag ID from different establishment, we get to have a 10% discounts and the like. And in our platforms, we focus on 3 E's, the Hosanian Access 3 E's. First is the education. We will be targeting establishments, bookstores, school supplies like pwede Bisayan Bakara or kanang peoples, then and the like. And the next is the Idibol. Idibol, we will be mga coffee shops para sa mag-study ang mga students, and restaurants, and the next E is the entertainment, because we believe that Husanian students are not just academically focused, but they are also well-rounded students.
A rebuttal?
But how do you achieve transparency knowing that you'll be tapping companies?
We have the platform. We have the kasama that the platform that open movement initiative, where we get to have the suggestions and the specific establishment that we will be giving through student idea hub that will be given by the students' perspective.
Thank you, Vice President. Now, for the Vice President of Sacred, give us a concrete and sustainable project your administration can do if ever elected.
Within Sacred, we believe that Link for Progress will sustain for us. This project will not only beneficial for us, but for everyone. Because according to Section 2, the Declaration of Principles of the SSC Constitution, that we need to define the rights and privileges of the student. At the same time, also as a vice chairperson of the Committee in Ways and Means, I have worked valiantly to establish better and meaningful network of linkages by providing quality discounts, also quality study centers, affordable food providers, and even effective printing cost services. At the same time, also within this, we'll be able to initiate also this program that will sustain the needs of the Hosenians. And with that also, we believe that within this, we will be able to enrich the needs of the Hosenians to cater what they want. Not just only with that also, but we'll be tapping also companies that will provide scholarship programs. Because as a student, I believe that life is very difficult, knowing that some of the students or majority of the students came from their provinces.
Thank you. A rebuttal?
Question.
With regards to the time, like we know how the processing of the letter. So how can you make it timely para sa mga students na ganahan dito or dire? Like
That's what I said, providing quality study centers. It is very relevant to the students since most of the students want it to makafocus sa ilang pag-eskwela. Not just only with that also, but also affordable food providers na sila makabenefit ani. At the same time, we ensure that this project will be beneficial for the student na kani sila is makakater kung unsa ang ilang ganahan.
Thank you. Now for the next question, it's a non-negotiable, non-rebuttable question. You have to choose between the two of you who will answer the question. First, we will have Kasama. Do you think your platforms are achievable within your term?
Absolutely. I'm very proud to say, like what we always say in our campaigns, we're trained to become proactive leaders. We have established connections and communications already with big establishments, but we won't name drop due to the possible contractual implications. However, in addition, I also got the chance to talk with one of the administrators, and what did he reply? What he wanted also, just like how we envision SSC, is that a council that collaborates. And the moment we present the needs of the students, the moment we present the problems with them, of course, the next big thing is solution.
Thank you, President of Kasama. Now, for Sacred.
We strongly believe that our platforms are achievable in the span of 10 months or 11 months, no? It's because our platforms are most of it are already existing, but we just have to enhance them. So meaning expansion, revival, and the likes. So with that said, we have already calculated the feasibility of our platforms, and we have already measured its we have already measured it, and we can definitely say that these platforms can be done within the span of 11 to 10 months.
Thank you, Simon.
You're welcome.
That ends the second round of our discussions.